After being convicted of fraud, Todd Chrisley is teaching financial lessons in prison, according to his daughter. Since Todd and Julie Chrisley were convicted of fraud, their daughter Savannah described it as ironic that they were teaching seminars in prison to shorten their sentences, including finance ones. On her Unlocked podcast, she said, "We're continuing to use the system as it's presented to us," adding that the federal sentencing guidelines set to take effect in February may further lessen their terms retrospectively. "We're extremely grateful for the First Step Act because Dad's sentence was cut down by 2 years and Mom by a year," Savannah stated. "They could get multiple years off their sentences. And for that I'm grateful." The First Step Act, which was passed by Congress in 2018 and was signed by the outgoing President Donald Trump, includes the Chrisley's prison education program. Julie and Todd were indicted in August 2019 on allegations of bank fraud and tax evasion. Todd received a 12-year sentence at the time, and Julie received a 7-year sentence. In addition, they had to serve 16 months of probation after their prison terms were over. On counts of bank fraud, tax fraud, bank fraud conspiracy, and conspiracy to defraud the United States, Julie was found guilty. Additionally, she was charged with wire fraud and obstructing the course of justice. Todd was found guilty of bank fraud, tax fraud, conspiracy to conduct bank fraud, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. The Chrisleys allegedly submitted forged paperwork to banks in order to obtain loans, according to the prosecution. When attempting to rent a home in California, Julie is also accused of providing a fraudulent credit report and fabricated bank statements. A few months after moving in, the couple allegedly started refusing to pay their rent. Savannah, who currently has custody of her young brother Grayson and her niece Chloe, stated that her overachiever mother has taught a real estate course and that her father has taught a trauma course and a financial class, which, how ironic. According to the website of the Bureau of Prisons, Todd will be released in January 2033, 2 years before the end of his initial term, and Julie will be released in October 2028, a little over a year after the end of her original sentence. "No one deserves to live in the conditions that Mom and Dad are in, regardless of what you think they did or did not," she added. Sure, they were given a 12 and 7-year term, but with the conditions they're living in, they're essentially being given a life sentence. She said that lead-based paint, asbestos, black mold, and dirty water were all subjected to by her parents.